Welcome to episode 14 of the Golden Point podcast. We're joined with regulars Michael and Folksy. We have a very special day tomorrow, Wednesday, Origin Game 2, the Maroons and the fucking Blues. Now, the Blues are tipped $1.43 and the Maroons are tipped $2.82, which says a lot about the odds and the game lineups. So,
the Blues.
what do we have to say about this game here, boys? We're all wearing blue.
Interesting. Obviously, earlier on we saw Mitchell Moses get ruled out. Interesting take. Jerome Leniu has come in at 5'8", and Matt Burder remains the 18th man. I think it's an interesting choice. But Jerome Luai's been in the Origin arena before. He knows what he's doing, and I just think looking at the lineups, I think the Blues have a far superior team, and I think we're going to come away with another win.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes from the Blues side, but looking at our side compared to Maroons, our side is just far too good to lose this game. Even though Maroons have had a few changes, with DC here getting dropped for fucking Tom Dearden and Cam Munster being the captain now. The side is decent, but just definitely not as good as the Blues. And I think the Blues would definitely win this game here in Game 2. And even in Game 3, I think they'll win that game too, so they'll be on a 3-game streak.
Yeah, 3-0 sweep, hopefully.
Yeah, I think so.
This season, hopefully.
They're just too good this year. But throughout the years, Maroons have always had a really good side. Like the old 2017 days, with fucking Cam Smith,
Cam Smith, GI,
all those legends. They were really good back then. But I think now there's probably less senior players because they've all retired.
There are still a few veterans.
There's a few, but not as much as what they used to be.
Not as many as before. Yeah.
Well, the Blues don't have too many, senior players.
We've got a young side, yeah.
But they just have a lot of great players in this, NRL generation. But yeah, that's pretty much our thoughts on Origin Game 2, and we all think Blues are going to win.
13 plus, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blues 13 plus.
You guys going to chuck
your house on it
on this game? I'm not, because I'm
not betting. You can bet, but yeah.
I do have a bet for this game.
Yeah.
I reckon we'll get it posted. It is a bit of a multi. Going with New South Wales Blues to win.
Okay.
Hammer, anytime try scorer. And then we're also going to go with Latrell Mitchell, anytime try scorer.
Not bad, yeah.
Comes in at 650.
Okay.
So that's pretty good play.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Wow.
And if you're feeling risky, you can always add a man of the match as part of the slip as well.
Yeah. I think Curry will be man of the match if I ever bet.
Yeah, it's just all of it's just too risky, I think. Unless you're James Folks back in the old 2020-21 days where he won that bet with Pappenhausen. I think it was the Clive Churchill medal, something like that. I don't know what year.
That was 2020.
I don't know the exact stuff, but I remember he won a shit ton of money, so you got lucky there. But yeah, that's Origin. Moving on to round 15. Now, we're not going to cover all the games. Might just do 2 or 3 games. So, the first game... Who watched the first?
Folks
Sharks
can
and
take
Dragons?
that as the Sharks.
Yeah, good old Sharkies down 18-6 at half time.
Mm.
But they came out in the second half and they really put it to the Dragons. I think Blake Brayley had a fantastic running game.
Yeah.
That was absolutely I'd say highlight of the game. Blake Brayley definitely added some dynamic to that Sharks attack. Once again, as we talked about the other week, Carl Flanagan, kind of a chat GPT halfback.
Yeah, we talked
He
about
didn't get
that.
involved. He didn't do much. I think Damien Cook was really good for the Dragons, and so was Gutherson. But other than that, the Sharks were just way too dominant in that second half.
Yeah.
I do want to give a shout out as well to Sione Katoa. I think he had a great game as well.
Yeah. And we're just going to cover this game as the last game for round 15, which was the Rabbitohs and the Bulldogs. Me and Mike watched the full game. He was there. I was watching it at home.
You should have been there, bro. It was a good atmosphere.
I think it's a bit too far for Accor Stadium. But great, great game. Obviously disappointing with the Thunder. Had to put the game on pause, and especially those two kids who ran onto the field to try and steal the balls. That was funny.
That was funny.
They got tackled by security in the end.
So, Mike, how much was the fine?
Yeah, how much did they get
Mike,
fined?
can you tell us about your experience being tackled by security?
Yeah, that was Mike being tackled.
That was me, bro. So yeah, my bad. I want to get the ball, bro. I want to get the game ball.
Yeah.
Take it home, but I saw
He wanted to put some more points on the board for the doggies.
Yeah, exactly.
He
I wanted
did,
to get a kick in. Yeah, get a field goal. But yeah, this game was pretty good. We were up 18-0. We were flying high, and then boom! I heard lightning above me. I was like, far out. That was loud. And then the game stopped, which actually stopped the momentum of us blowing out the Rabbitohs. I want to give a shout out to Sexton. He had one of his best games as a Bulldog. Did a lot of good things.
Yeah.
Also, Galvin
Playing
was
like his
pretty good.
life's on the line.
Oh, I think so. Yes, as if he wants to get a contract. But anyway, yeah, good game. Feel like Rabbitohs did hang in there, put a lot of effort in by scoring 4 more tries.
Yeah,
and
just a few.
Yeah,
issues with the Rabbitohs, like with a few injuries.
Yes,
Keon,
Gray,
Sullivan,
Gray,
Jai Gray.
Gray's out for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I think Keon's actually back this week, possibly.
Yeah, Keon.
Sullivan's out too.
Kolomatangi was named on the extended bench. Bud Sullivan's gone for a few weeks. Jai Gray broke his thumb. He's gone for 4 to 6 weeks as well.
Bodie Walker could be back next week, but
so Bunnies are really struggling through injuries, but we'll see what Wayne can do.
Mate, if Wayne beats Storm this week, I'll be very impressed. But I don't think
speaking of the Rabbitohs, their bid to move to Allianz Stadium was rejected.
Yes.
What do we think of that?
I think a lot of us sort of saw that coming. I just don't think it would have worked out because they did have a deal with Accor, I think till 2030, so that sort of probably was one of the obvious reasons why it got rejected by the New South Wales government. And yeah, that was just probably like the main reason why. Like they had like a whole petition and stuff. Got about 15,000 signatures, which is pretty good. But yeah, hopefully they can upgrade the stadium in Accor because we all know it's a pretty shit stadium. You can't even see the bloody field. Like you're just sitting too far back. You can't actually see the field. And it's just a nightmare.
Get glasses, mate. What are you doing?
It's just a nightmare to get up there too, like travel and all that. But yeah, that's my.
Well, you got 23,000 against the Dogs. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, and like a lot of the Rabbitohs fans, they're sort of annoyed at all this stuff because they
are. Yeah.
Because they want it to be closer to their home, Redfern, all those areas around there. Which Accor is all the way out west, and it's a nightmare to get to. Yeah, and they wanted Accor to be renovated, but it's not going to Allianz is like all new and nice. And they've also got the Roosters, Waratahs, and Sydney FC all playing there. So I think a full team, I think it's too much.
Too much.
Like Acors, Bulldogs, and Rabbitohs. It's not 4 teams, it's 2. So
Yeah.
yeah, what do you guys have to say about that?
Let's be honest, the Bunny should just move to Redfern.
Yeah, I spoke to that with someone.
Yeah, I think
It wouldn't be possible though. It can't work because Redfern's tiny, and there's all these like houses around
tiny.
Redfern. Unless they can't because there's the roads and stuff. It won't be possible to do it there.
Just build this.
Honestly,
They have to build somewhere else. They can't do it at Redfern.
they could honestly move to Erskineville Oval. It's got a grandstand.
Yeah, but
It's
there's
got plenty
they
of-
can't. No.
plenty-
Yeah, but they can't because there's all these roads and houses around the stadium. They can't. They need to move.
I'm
Probably
talking
like
Erskineville Oval,
Yeah.
not Redfern Oval.
yeah, I know
Erskineville.
Erskineville Oval, mate. There's still roads and cars all around. They got a nice grandstand, nice hill.
But they don't need
Um,
to expand because, in my opinion, Erskineville's bigger than Redfern.
Yeah, it is.
They could knock down that grandstand, rebuild that grandstand, make it a little bit bigger. They got plenty of standing room for GA. Honestly, I think one thing with the Rabbitohs is they lack atmosphere,
Yeah,
but not because they
get-
don't have passionate supporters, just because they have such a big stadium, and they do pull 10 to 20,000 supporters per game,
Yeah.
but a core being an 86,000 seat stadium,
It's too much.
it's just everyone's too spread out. There's not enough noise. They don't have the backing of obviously have the backing of their fans, but they don't feel it when they're playing.
Yeah.
And I think come finals time, I think I like my chances if the Rabbitohs are in the finals. I think they play better if they play at Erskineville Oval or Redfern Oval than they do at a core.
Yeah, they should definitely.
Yeah, I think
consider
Acre's like
getting
too big. Yeah.
a new stadium.
The only issue is that it would never be profitable for the NRL because the NRL would be losing so much money on
because
ticket sales and revenue that they
Yeah.
wouldn't allow it to happen.
Yeah,
My
Rabbitohs
only
are-
other suggestion
in a bad situation.
would be but it's just hard for the Rabbitohs as well to get out of their contract with the core.
Yeah.
So
Yes, I've got.
they don't really have anywhere to go. Most of the fields down in South Sydney, like around La Perouse, Yarra Oval, like they're not good grounds.
Yeah.
There's not much expanding they can do.
It's a tough one.
The only other option I could see fit was trying to play in one of the honestly Wentworth Park.
Maybe.
Wentworth
Yeah.
Park is
It's a
another
good shot, actually.
possibility.
Yeah.
There's lots of room for expansion at Wentworth Park, but that's primarily like an SG Ball kind of Jersey flag Ron Macy Cup. That's what that stadium's for. But I could definitely see Wentworth Park being able to work. It's close to Redfern. It's Ultimo. It's a suburb or two over.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's easily accessible. There's light rails. I think that could potentially work for the Rabbitohs.
No, that's a good idea.
if
yeah.
they're looking to improve their atmosphere.
Yeah.
Which hopefully.
What if South just get good and get good crowds?
Well, it'll make the team.
I
probably
think
play
it's
better.
extremely difficult to fill out an 86,000.
We do that
seat
every
stadium.
week, so
Yeah, 'cause that's fucking Bulldogs, mate. They're fucking first. All these fake fans are coming out of nowhere now.
Rabbitohs.
Go
Yeah,
Bulldogs!
that's what I'm saying.
love
Rabbitohs get
you.
good,
You know,
therefore
it's
they get bigger
fucking. I mean,
Mike, how many Bulldogs games have you been to this year?
This year, I've been to every home game except for one. So
How many games did you go to 3 years ago?
I still went to a few.
Ooh.
I went to the 66 0 against the Knights.
oh,
Bullshit.
zero.
I don't have proof.
See,
Mate, you're a
I've got
fake
photos of
Bulldogs.
No, I was there, bro.
definition of Bulldogs fans: hide away when they're doing shit.
I was
and they
there
come
when
out
we were
and-
bad, bro. I
and they're doing
remember. I remember Buddy
That's,
Ockenball.
that's all the Panthers fans, man.
Remember
Now
that guy?
all the Panthers fans are
Ockenbore and
Bulldogs
Corey
fans now.
Harawira Naira.
Lachlan Lewis, bro. Back in my...
Lachlan Lewis.
Lachlan Lewis sold the team's speaker on
Oh,
eBay.
God. He was.
Remember
Cody
Buddy
Walker, mate.
came forward over there, but yeah.
Yeah, so.
Mike, do you remember Corey Horsburgh playing for the Bulldogs?
For 2 games he played for us just for a line. That was bad, bro. I didn't like that. But it was good for him, but yeah, I didn't like it. I hated him in the Bulldogs jersey, but yeah, it's bad. Anyway,
All right, let's move on to
Round 16. Enough fucking.
wait, hold on,
talk.
James. Were you there when? Wait, hold on. Were you there when the Sharks were last in 2014?
yeah, I was actually.
Yeah, tell me one game that happened.
I supported the Sharks before we even won a premiership, so you cannot question my love for the club.
Right. Fair enough. Then.
But anyways, moving on to round 16. I'm probably gonna cover a few games here, not all of them.
You just say our tips every game, like after every game, to say,
We're not gonna talk about every game, but
well, we gotta.
just the ones we
Let's
fucking.
just
Yeah.
run through our tips.
Friday
night,
This is our tips.
8
This is our tips.
Yeah,
Friday night, 8 o'clock. I think this game's pretty easy. I'm gonna have the Raiders over the Tigers.
Yeah,
I think they'll get the
Raiders
job
for
done.
me
They've
too.
been really good this year.
Look, they've been flying high Raiders. Like they've been a very good team lately, but I still go. Actually, I'll go Raiders, but I do see it being close because Luai is actually backing up from Origin. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens. But I think Raiders win.
Saturday, Arvo,
Raiders.
we've got the Warriors versus a very understrength Panthers team. I think the Warriors take this one easily. No Origin
Yeah,
stars will be
Warriors.
backing up. Easily the
Yeah.
Warriors.
Yeah, Warriors get the
Yeah,
win. It's
Warriors.
home for them.
Oh, that's
They'll do the job here.
Yeah.
Next game, Dolphins Knights.
5:30 on Saturday.
Yeah, can't forget the day and the time. Dom Young returns to the Knights and he's starting. Surprising, actually. I don't know. He's just left the Roosters. All of a sudden, he's at Knights and he's starting. So looks like they need players ASAP. But for me, Knights get the win here, even though they are shit.
I'll be going with the form team of the competition, the Dolphins. They have a record over their last 3 games, 158 to 18 against
58
their
points.
opponents. They
Yeah.
scored 44 against the Dogs. They put 50 on the Dragons. They put
Dragons,
50 on the Cowboys. I think Isaiah Katoa is developing into one of the best players in the game. I think, based on current form, I think Isaiah Katoa is the best player currently.
Really, that's a big take. Sorry, not James. Oscar, did you go for Knights, right? Oscar.
Yeah, I said Knights. Yeah, even though they are shit.
Yeah, that's a big
I
one.
said
I think Dolphins put another 50 piece on Knights, so good Dolphins.
just trying to be different here. Yeah, so we got Saturday.
Saturday night,
7:35.
we've got a dismantled Rabbitohs team versus the mighty Melbourne Storm. I think Melbourne Storm will wipe the floor with the Bunnies.
Yeah.
No questions asked there.
Storm. Storm
Yeah, I
get the
think
win
Storm
here.
went well.
Go on, Mike.
Storm win well.
Next game.
Now we have Broncos Sunday, 2 p.m. Broncos versus Sharks at Suncorp Stadium. Every Origin, so all the Origin players are backing up, which is good for them. Sharks have the same team since last week, I think.
Yeah, pretty
somewhat.
much.
Yeah, I think
so-
Broncos get the win here.
Yeah, same for me, Broncos.
Look, I think this is going to be a close game. I'm going to lean with the Sharks here. The only thing that could let them down is CSC for Talakai's defense in the centers. Obviously, Moeen Harodi is gone 4 to 6 weeks. Kel Iro is gone for 10 to 12 weeks. So really running out of depth in that back line hasn't been
Yeah.
healthy all year. We know Talakai is a defensive reliability, but I'm gonna lean the Sharks on this one.
Yep. Next game, Roosters Cowboys. A lot of ins for the Roosters. A lot of Origin stars returning. But I do think Roosters will get the win here. They are playing home at Allianz, and the odds are lower, and they are in great form. So Roosters get the win here.
Yeah.
I think that Cowboys had a bit of a reality check last week. I think they're going to bounce back strong. I'm going to go with the Cowboys on this one.
Ooh, hot take.
Oh.
Look, they got a lot of injuries, like you said, including Chad Townsend in reserve, so
Yeah, he's
a
in
big boost for
reserves.
them. Yeah. Yeah. Roosters have been pretty good lately, even though last week they were pretty bad and they still won.
Yeah.
Cowboys been terrible. They got the 50 bomb on them. They come in the comp now. Yeah, Roosters at home will be too good. So Roosters.
Yeah. I'm sure Marky
And
Mark will.
final game of the week, we have the Parramatta Eels and the Gold
Spoon
Coast
Bowl.
Titans. Um,
Absolutely.
I think the Titans get this one done. Look, we've learnt already that Parramatta is absolutely nothing without the likes of Mitch Moses, and he is gone
Yeah.
again, unfortunately. Really sad to see, but I think that the Titans will come out on top.
Yeah, I'll go with Titans as well. I agree with James.
Yeah, both of their halves are gone Eels. Dylan Brown is gone for one match, and Mitch Moses is gone for
Yeah.
I think 6 weeks.
6 weeks. Yeah.
Titans were pretty good against Manly at home, and they do get Tino back from Origin. So and yeah, I'm just yeah, I think Titans get it done here. It was a terrible without their halves,
Sweet.
especially Moses. Yeah.
Yep. So that's NRL concluded. Moving on to NRL fantasy. It is another buy round for most leagues. No trades for me at the moment. My team is fucking beautiful. I can't lie. Just looking at it. Good to have a lot of players returning. Good to see Tyrell Mate back. Back in captain, back in action. I do have a really strong side. Disappointing seeing Keon and Cleary out. Who's next?
Yeah, look, I originally was going to trade out Keon this week. I do have 100K sitting in the bank. Currently unsure what to do with it. I may bring in Jaden Campbell. I can do a straight swap of Blake Brayley to Jaden Campbell,
Didn't you have
which
Campbell?
is enticing. No, I don't have
Oh,
Campbell.
I thought you had him.
My buys for the week would be Campbell and no, my buys for the week would be Campbell and Herbie Farnworth.
Yeah.
And I will be holding Keon. So we'll see how
Yeah.
that plays out.
I've got no trade, so yeah, nothing.
So, when you don't make trades, they stack, right, folks? Because I don't think it's been working for me. Like, I don't think the trades actually stack. Like, I didn't make any trades last week or the week before, and I still have 16 trades left. So, I don't think that's stacking. So, I don't think if you don't make trades in a week,
They don't.
I swear they used to
don't
stack. I swear they used to stack. I remember I always used to
No,
get extra trades. I remember last year I
no,
always
we'll
got
get
extra trades.
round 20. Round 20, we'll get 8 extra trades.
Okay, it was that then.
So buckle up and hold on until then.
Yeah. How many trades do you guys have left? I got 16.
Do you actually have 16
Yeah, I have 16
trades?
trades, yeah.
16, what?
That's bad, I know.
That's bullshit.
What do you mean that's
That is
bullshit?
bad. What?
No, that's
I've
bullshit.
got 4.
How do you... I have 16 and I still have 4 more to go
Oh
this
wow.
week. Because I don't have any... I don't know what to...
You do not have 16 trades.
I do have 16 trades. And I haven't made any this week. I've been holding the past few weeks. I have a good team and like I've got 38k in the bank. I can't really do much, so just yeah, 16 trades. You
I
guys
doubt
have,
this guy's
That's
got.
crazy, boys.
This
mate.
guy does
I can
not
send
have
you guys a
16 trades.
photo right now. I've got 16 trades.
Please.
Alright, take a gaze.
What have you been waiting for fucking grass to grow to make trades?
No, I don't know. Like I made a lot of trades before, but it's just like my team's good. I don't really know what to do. Um,
How the
fucking.
fuck do you have 16 trades? That's crazy.
Mate,
Unheard
come
of,
come
bro. What
finals
is that?
time and you guys are all cooked. All right, come finals time, mate. I'm waiting for the finals. This is my year.
Well,
seventh place, climbing ladder.
I have 6 trades.
Oh mate, you need to calm down. We're only in round 16. Oh,
Well, I get another 8 in round 20, so
yep, 4 more weeks away.
all
Um,
right. Well,
that's fantasy
What's
done, and
next?
we don't have any fan questions this week. We did get one last week. Let me find it.
Yeah, please.
It was from
Oh,
the same guy, NRL BBQ.
yes,
well,
mummy,
I'll be
yes.
heading off, guys. I have stuff to do. So.
No worries, see you, mate.
Folksy signing out.
Folks, he's signing out.
Dear Jimmy.
We're pretty much done here. Uh,
Just tell us what
yeah, I
Bully
can't
said.
find it.
Barbecue
It was
meal.
something about like, um, uh,
Can't you check like previous?
it was
Wait,
something
hold
about the
on.
Blues. No, I can't find it. It was something about the Blues. Something like, um, I don't know, like choose your best 3 blue players or something of this
Your
year.
top 3 all-time blue players. Oh,
No,
wait,
not
yeah,
all
yeah.
time, just so far this year. I think.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Okay, we'll do that then. So let me just have a look at the lineup. So my top 3 so
Oh,
far.
this year. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
this
right.
year. Um,
Alright.
so far, I'd have to go with Zach Lomax. Um, so Zach Lomax. Stephen Crichton. And
Yep.
fucking Payne Haas. What about you, mate?
Alrighty. Yeah. This year. Yeah. I'll go probably Critter. No
Yep.
bias. Zach Lomax and who else we got? And Cleary.
I don't know about Cleary. He can't really kick.
I mean, that's apart from that, he's been pretty good.
Yeah.
If you watch closely. But anyway.
Yeah. So that concludes episode 14. If you have any questions, Instagram. And see you guys next week.